gardening for good, going the second mile, and science makes history. All this and more as the Stafford Weekly News starts now. Welcome to the Friday, July 15th edition of the Stafford Weekly News. I'm Randall Williams. Any gardener can tell you about the benefits of their passion, but how many would list art as one of those benefits? The Houston Center for Contemporary Craft does that with help from a local nonprofit. We've shown you what's inside the Houston Center for Contemporary Craft, but now let's talk about what's outside.
The craft garden is a really unique space where we focus on growing plants that are used in crafts. For example, our textiles crafts, paper making, dye plants, basket weaving. For the most part, all of the plants here have some sort of functional or use that can be applied to crafts, and we are always interested in experimenting with those plants outside of what normally would be thought of as craft-specific plants as well. This craft garden is the first of its kind associated with a museum or craft center, but I believe there's more now. We're pretty lucky to have volunteers primarily run the garden, so I'm also the volunteer manager, which makes me more of a direct manager of the garden slightly. And we use the plants, for educational purposes, so it's a learning garden. There's signs and descriptions about how the plants can be used traditionally, but also we often harvest a lot of the material in the garden and use it in, for example, Hands on Houston or for workshops. We've taught workshops on dyeing fabrics, so we'll go and harvest from the garden or use it as examples. We do indigo dye, so we do grow indigo right over here. And summer camp, all our kiddos get to come and have lunch here, but they also get to learn about what we're growing here and use the plants in their projects.
Urban Harvest has been around since 1994. We are a nonprofit organization that supports community gardening, and our mission is kind of to help create thriving communities through education, farmers markets, and access to healthy foods. So as you can see, the Center for Contemporary Craft has a garden. It is a community garden, and our goal at Urban Harvest is to help create sustainability with these community gardens. So our role as bringing them into our network is to help this garden withstand the test of time, right? So we resource gardens with plants, fertilizer, resources, volunteer days, really anything the garden would need to stay going when people go. So here at the Craft Garden, one of the things Urban Harvest would help to provide is access for locally grown plants to community gardens. So for example, if the Craft Garden is looking for seeds or some sort of plants that they can't find, Urban Harvest would help them find those and be the middleman to connect them with the grower in the community.
The craft garden is open anytime the craft center is open, so that would be Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's, for the most part, a community garden, but if you need to use anything in the garden, you can email myself, and that way I can get you access to harvesting specific materials. We don't really want someone to come and wipe out all of our plants in one go, and primarily the materials are used by the artists in residence or by the education department in the craft center, and then given out to the community through art projects or through learning projects in that way.
For Artbeat, this is Randall Williams. Bargains for Betterment, next.
In Stafford, diversity is not just a number, it's who we are.
When you are here, you become part of the story.
You can sleep well knowing we're always on the job and looking out for you.
It's a great place for growth and opportunity.
Tradition starts here.
We teach your children and we stick around for your grandchildren.
We are one. We are Stafford.
This is the city of Stafford, and we are one.
current times have been difficult of late, and more than ever, nonprofit organizations are stepping up to help. John King walks the second mile in this story.
Second Mile is a nonprofit here in Missouri City. We help people who are struggling to meet their basic needs. So someone who might be hungry or might not have enough clothes, we try to step in and fill the gap to get them the services that they need. Basic needs are really important. When someone's hungry, it's hard to function. It's hard to keep a job. It's hard to just, contribute to society. When you're hungry, it's hard to think about anything else than that. And we take that seriously. We don't want anybody to go to bed with an empty stomach. Our primary service is our food program. We serve hundreds of families a week, thousands of individuals, making sure that they have just that basic need of food, that our moms and dads have food for the table at night for their kids. We offer classes on financial, learning how to manage your finances, classes that help you Learn English, classes that help you keep a job and get a job, classes that help you with your health. So if you have high blood pressure, what do you need to eat? Or if you have diabetes, what might help you day to day? We also have a resale store here. It's a social enterprise, which means that every dollar that comes into the store, it's called the Opportunity Shop. It's got used clothing and furniture. Every dollar that comes in goes back into the programming of Second Mile. It also provides jobs. So we have a lot of job opportunities for people to work here because of our social enterprise, the Opportunity Shop. We have the best volunteers in the city, and we could not do what we do without them. Every year, I think we have about 10,000 volunteers, and they are fantastic. From our students, that are high school students getting hours for school programs, or to our retired volunteers, we couldn't do the work around here without them.
We give, financially, and we talk about Second Mile a lot at our church. But to be here, on the ground, and to see the whole process from start to finish, from packing the boxes to loading the cars with food, to seeing our neighbors, that experience, and to see our teenagers serving, on the ground with that, it means the world. It really completes the whole picture. We don't want to just talk about God or, talk about helping people. We want to be able to do it. So it's really important for us and for our teenagers. Developmentally, with their faith growing and forming, we want them to see faith in action. So it's really important for our youth ministry strategy, and it's really important for living out the vision of our church.
We had a guy come to the back to bring a donation a couple of weeks ago, and he mentioned to our staff back there, as our staff was telling him thank you for coming, he said, and he was a guy I believe in his 30s, he said, "Oh no, this is my honor because this place fed me when I was a kid." And so that was great to just see this. We got to participate in his story from 15, 20 years ago, and it's still now making an impact on how he sees our community, that he wants to then participate and help his neighbors out here in Fort Bend County.
Those little bitty moments that students remember, they'll remember that when they graduate from high school, hopefully when they're making decisions about where they want to serve or where they want to be involved. They'll remember these experiences, and that will hopefully motivate them to continue to serve, even when they exit youth group and they exit high school. And so it means a lot to them. Yeah, it's really important.
It is such an honor to work here. It's hard working in when you're helping people that don't have basic needs, or you're dealing with the latest hurricane or the latest freeze or the pandemic. It always seems like it's something. So it's hard work, but it's amazing work. Getting to meet our neighbors, we call our clients neighbors, because we really feel like we're in this together as a community. And getting to meet our neighbors, to see what's happening with them, the steps that they're taking, their healthy steps that they're taking in their lives, it is such an honor and a privilege to get to work here.
Are you a thrift store junkie? Many of those also serve a valuable need in the community. John King shops for bargains at a local standard.
We're at Tri-City Church's resale shop. We are the resale shop that benefits East Fort Bend Human Needs Ministry. We are fully funded from the resale shop. So 100% of the proceeds here go directly to East Fort Bend Human Needs Ministry. And there are probably about 25% of our funds that come in per year, or even a little bit more. It's very important for our community. I mean, we have things at our resale shop for everybody. It can be we have great sales for people who might need a good sale right now, especially with inflation. We also have a high-end boutique inside of it. So you can pretty much find anything you need, whether it's furniture, clothing, things for your home, and whatnot. And it's always been servicing some part of the food pantry. When they started it in 1975, and then we built East Fort Bend Human Needs Ministry in 1990, and they've been a partner ever since. Everything is donated. So people from throughout the community, we actually have trucks that can come to your house and pick up furniture. We have a big donation sign in the back. So whenever we're open, people can drop off all of their goods. Thrifty Thursdays, it's the best day of the week. We have everything in the store is 50% off. So if you can fit it in your car and take it home, it's 50% off. So it's always our biggest day of the week. People get really excited about it. It's usually our biggest seller, and most of all the biggest sales of the week are on Thursdays. We have a 6-person staff over here at the resale shop, but yes, everything else is volunteer. We're volunteer driven, from marking the prices on the clothes to organizing, making sure everything's clean and ready to go, all of our volunteers.
We had a rash of customers come this morning to make the new sale, so I'm just going through the racks to pull empty hangers and just refix the clothes that are on the racks. I used to be a FedEx driver, and this was on my route. So my lunch break, I'd spend my time shopping in the store. And when I retired from FedEx in 2018, Ms. Shea was after me to come volunteer. So after I had my back surgery, I came on back, so I've been a volunteer here. So I come into the store whenever they need me to come in. It's very rewarding to give back, and that's a lesson learned in my church as well. Once we've retired or whatever, we got to come back and help those that are in need. So this resale store, it helps to supply the food for the residents of Fort Bend County, which is right next door. So we get donations from anyone, and we utilize those donations, sell the clothes. We have furniture, books, videos, records, baked goods, anything you can imagine, or even the things you don't even think you could find here at the store, you can find it. We have some items that you could definitely get a couch for a very reasonable price. So if you're on a fixed income, it's a great place for you to be able to, furnish your home, to clothe your children. And we also work with a lot of our families who have gone through a disaster, whether or not it's a fire or a flood. They're able to then come over here with a voucher and get everything they need to get started back on their feet. It's just awesome. There's such a need for food to feed the community, and with the soaring prices of fuel, food, and everything, everybody's going to need some help one time or another. So I just feel like we all work together in partnership to help our brothers and sisters eat food and help them where we can.
Tri-City Church's resale shop, it is such a great place for the community, whether or not you want to donate, whether or not you want to come in and shop. We always need donations. We always need volunteers, and we always need shoppers. So we have been Fort Bend Focus's best kept secret, best thrift shop for 2 years in a row. So it's a great place just to come out and support the community.
Whack That Bird, next.
You can try, but you won't find another city like Stafford, Texas.
Serving our community just like you like it.
Taking care of you and your home since 1945.
We believe in STEM to learn and STEM to earn.
We're heading into college certified and career ready.
As a former student of Stafford, I take pride in keeping our classrooms safe.
We are Stafford, we are one.
One of the questions parents must answer during the summer is what to do with the kids. If their passion is science and history, the Fort Bend Museum holds the answer. If you're looking for local history, the place to go is the Fort Bend Museum. And if you have children looking for something to do, well, they've got that covered too.
This is our first day of our Summer History Fridays. So every Friday in July, we are doing different activities, different themes. So today it's dreamers and innovators and inventions. So we are talking about Marie Curie, the Wright brothers, Katherine Johnson. But each week will be a different theme. So next week is Gone to Texas. The next week is going to be Fort Bend County's Believe It or Not, so some of the mysteries and more interesting facts about our county. And the last week is the awesome history of superheroes. So we're going to be making comics, we're going to be testing our superhero skills, and we even have a villain's lair if you dare. So it's just really fun. It's history, but it's hands-on, and kids really are going to have a great time.
They are different sizes. Are they going to hit the ground at the same time, right? So you guys get to pick 2 objects that you think will kind of be a little bit different to test.
So today, since we're talking about science and innovators and inventions, we are making paper airplanes, and we're testing them out like the Wright brothers. We're making green radioactive slimes in honor of Marie Curie.
Some of this if you want to make it glow in the dark. You can add some glitter. What do you think? So this is how I'm making the blue slime.
We are coding and sending astronauts into space just like Katherine Johnson.
Any more obstacles? Here's scissors. What about you?
We have strawberry DNA and just so much more. So lots of fun activities going on. Yes, that's strawberry DNA. Cool. If you want to look at it, you've got. Oh, here we go. Yep. If you need more information, you can visit our website, www.fortbendmuseum.org, or you can call us at 281-342-6478. I just think it's a great way to get kids excited about learning history in a fun and hands-on way with games and activities and crafts. And so they're gonna learn a lot, but they're gonna have fun doing it.
For Great American Pastimes, this is Randall Williams. When you think of summer sports, you think of baseball, golf, throwing around the frisbee, but not badminton. Fernando Ramirez serves up exactly why that shouldn't be the case.
So summer camp's all about let those kids if you stay home a lot, you try to come out and work on your body, and then some of the kids that don't have a free time at the weekdays, right? So now it's the summer, so you can come out work on their skill and keep their body moving around, increase their speed, skill. If at the beginner level, we usually do teach them how to clear as a basic, clear and then serve and then lift. So that's the 3 basics. Once you go to the intermediate, you're gonna combine serve and then moving around and then smashing and then drop, and then a net kill. And then once you go more advanced, you're gonna be able to combine everything, like jump smash and then net shot and then cross net and then a push and more variety movement and your rhythm when you play.
We promote health and wellness through badminton, and at the same time, these camps actually help impose children the value of responsibility, hard work, discipline, and at the same time have fun. So that's what is the most amazing mission and vision that we really like to epitomize here in the center.
I hope they learn never giving up on something, so they can keep going what they like it, instead of just giving up and once they like it and then they give up because after they go to high school or maybe college. They can just keep keep going. Even though you feel like, oh, I have no time with it, but sometimes when you graduate from high school or college, you just come and play when you have free time, and you can keep your body moving and then stay healthy.
So basically, I grew up in an environment wherein badminton has become very famous. And so when I moved here and started to realize that they brought the sport here too, it actually allowed me to actually see that has a lot of potential to actually impose a lot of values to the children. And I can see that the sport of badminton is not going anywhere. Once it was introduced here, it's going to push through until the next generation. As you can see, we cover different demographics that actually play the sport, from the kids to the more veterans. And so I think it's just gonna stay more sustainably and hopefully in the long run.
For me, I like it because I like to see people getting better when they play. So I'm not just like teaching them because of teaching. I like to see them getting better and better each day, getting better, and then they can learn something that they never learned before. So that's a good thing for them to increase their mentally, their body.
They see the importance of doing recreational activities, and that's what keeps the business alive. And we are striving to actually promote this even more through our summer camps, to introduce it to a lot more people outside just this specific area in Stafford. And I feel like it's going to the right direction. This space is built for the community, the badminton community, and those who are very enthusiastic about the sport. And we are also welcoming all those people who are interested to actually play the sport to try it out and see if you would like the sport as well as much as we do.
Fort Bend County Libraries have an impressive amount of programming for kids in the summer months, and Fernando Ramirez discovered some entertainment with a decidedly different ethnic angle.
So today's event was a storytelling performance. My role, or my part in it, was to encourage children to read, and that way we can use our imagination. The more we read, the more we get to use, and then we use play, or we share the stories by telling them and sharing them with the rest of our audience. It's important to teach stories in an interactive way, because we all learn through play, not just children. So the more active you are, it gets like internalized, and so it allows the kids to be able to tell the story, present it to their friends, and then also internalize the messages that we have. And as far as the bilingual section, you know, we want to teach those stories so that way we can expand and learn about other cultures as well.
It is such a huge importance that we're able to partner with public programs like libraries, because not everyone has access to programming like this. Typically, we like to invite youth, families out to libraries because it's a very big open space, it's a gathering space for community, and it's a really great learning environment.
We're really excited to have all our patrons back into the library this summer. The Aztec Princess is just one of many programs that we're offering through the summer. We have stories, we've got animals that come in, you name it, things that our staff aren't equipped to do, handling fun animals, that we're really excited to have them in, give a different perspective on learning.
A lot of times this is their first experience with theater, with any theater, and we break that fourth wall and invite them to come up and tell and play along with the storyteller. And they're part of the show as well, and I think it also gives them that opportunity to be in front of an audience, and it'll help them not just to be actors or to love the stage, but also helps them improvise. It helps improvisation and performance and storytelling helps you in any career field, in any field. And so starting young, it allows them to get that opportunity to learn and to see theater.
We're so happy to have the Aztec Princess be told here because it's a great cultural story. It's vibrant and interactive, and students get to play along with the Aztec Princess as she performs. We'd like to give a huge thank you to our sponsors at the George Foundation for allowing this programming to be possible here at the George Memorial Library. We would also love to thank our partners at the Express Children's Theater for bringing such a fun and vibrant program to the youth here at the library.
We encourage you to go to our website at www.fortbend.lib.tx.us and check out our calendar because we have a lot of fun programs going on this summer, including special programs like this one. And we've got family game days, we've got Legos, we've got the family story times, you name it. So go check us out.
That's a wrap on our news for this week. Thank you for joining us. For everyone here at Stafford Weekly News, I'm Randall Williams. May all your news be good news.
This program was produced on the Stafford campus of Houston Community College.